Great, so let's improve the wait video until finish. Now, like I said, I'm gonna add here a log message because I want to know what's the amount of waiting. Because I'm gonna spend a lot of time to wait here, I don't want to put a log message every time here in the loop because that will populate my logging, but instead I prefer to put something at the beginning and at the end. Now, because it's not something informative for the user, the waiting is not referring to the behavior that it's keeping commercial, I decide to go here with the trace because it's more related to actionable instead of the behavior. So that's why I decide to use this tracing. And to the message, I cannot say something like waiting for amount of seconds. I can say something related to the clip duration. So I will use a string.format, and I'll say clip duration is, I'm going to put a placeholder, waiting to finish. And let's put here a dot, and as a parameter, I'm going to say the total time. And I'm going to use the time span. I'll not use the string. And then at the end, I can decide to put here also what's the amount of time that we waited. Now, the amount of time that I have waited, in order to be independent of this do while, because do while it's looking at this behavior, I need to have a stopwatch. However, I don't want to be so picky in this. So to be honest, I'm not interested how many time I have waited for here because it doesn't help me too much. But instead, what I will do is I will not like to skip the button, but I like to check if this is visible. Rather, I'm gonna click it, or otherwise I'm just gonna go forward. Because if I'm gonna go to the next step, it will wait here to the video to finish. Then the skip button, actually the replay, it will not be visible. So this is a behavior which I want to improve it also as a feature. How you can do it? Well, with element exist. So I'm gonna have element exist, which is find element. So if the find element, and I'm gonna put here a click. Now I can decide, for instance, I can implement either with the find element or I can go continue on error true. Now the reason I like to be explicit using the find element is because maybe I want to put some logging and otherwise I cannot do that. So I'm clicking on the button, I'm selecting this selector, I'm gonna copy, go in the find element, I'm gonna paste, set the wait for ready complete, and here I want to specify a timeout. Let's give that timeout to 2 seconds. And here in the found element, I like to create a variable which is skip button UI element. And because I don't want to crash if the element is not found, I'm gonna set continue on error true. And here to the description, I'll say skip, find skip element, skip video. No, actually, this is not skip, it's replay. Find replay element. And let's rename this variable to replay. So replay button UI element and collapse. And if this one is found, if this is found, so if the replay is not nothing, then I'm gonna click and I'm gonna leave this this informative screenshot also. Now I don't want to use the selector anymore because I'm using that element. So I'm gonna bind instead to the UI element, which is replay button UI element. The wait for ready complete, I can leave it despite it does not have any behavior. So that's the thing which I like to do as a find. Now, what happens if I don't find the replay element? Well, I like to put a log here because let's have a look to the behavior. So until the video is finished, I'm looking forward to wait for 1 hour because that's the current video. But if the replay is not found after the amount of time which I was waiting, then it means that I have changed the video or something was happening. So I like to put as a info because this is something informative for the user. So I'll say changing, the video has been changed, and put it here as a log. Great. Now I can easily test only this method, and actually something which I have permitted. I have set here a timeout for 2 seconds. Let me check this one. Well, this hasn't a timeout, and I prefer to be consistent. So I'm gonna say timeout for 2 seconds, and let's give this one only a run to the wait video until finish. Put the robot here. Okay, so it having an error because the timestamp cannot be parsed. The list of the numeric components is out of range. Okay, so I think this one it's caused by the overflow. So it's caused by this time spent parse. So unfortunately, I cannot reproduce the error rather than putting a debug. So I'm gonna debug not the project, but instead the file, which is the current file. Okay, I'm just gonna click here to let this clip that has reproduced the problem. This is 1 hour duration. So the total time string is 1 hour. Now the parse, if I'm gonna set to 1 hour, the total time is 1 hour also. Clip duration waiting. Okay, I'm just gonna move get current time, which is 1 minute 6 and 47 seconds. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it to continue. Great, so I cannot reproduce the error for now. The video has been changed. Well, the video has been changed. The video has not been changed. So let's stick. We do have a problem here with the do while. So what I'm interested, the current time should be less than the total time. So I'm gonna put here a breakpoint and I can debug again this. I'm still having the video which is running. Okay, so I'm gonna step forward. I'll have here 1 hour. Clip duration is 1 hour waiting to finish, which is perfect. And I'm gonna just check the current time. The current time is, well, I need to put that visible. Current time string is 7 minutes 47. And current time it's 0, okay, because I didn't parse it yet. So these are the two values which I'm comparing here, current time and total time. Current time it's 7 hours, so this is definitely a bug. 7 hours, and this one it's 1 hour. So we need to have some leading zeros because doesn't work. This one is considering to be hour and not minute. Well, how you can do that? I'm not gonna use the parse anyway, because this is a behavior which I see right now. To be honest, it's a bug which I see it now. So how do I fix that? Basically, I'm gonna try to convert this as a minute, then as a second, and then I'll try to convert this as an hour and as a minute. But I need to be more strict with the parsing. Well, how I can do that? Well, let me show you in the next video.